May your blade be bright.
You can do better than that.
Hey, it's a cop. It's good to see that you...
Good to...
Safe travels, champion.
Thought I heard you come in.
I should probably go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon.
Okay, data module's in.
I like this one.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
The missing
Artemis rewilded the Earth. Eleuthia was responsible for gesting and acculturating a new Apollo was tasked with disseminating vast, unfortunate, all archived Apollo data.
Pharaoh, huh?
Understandable. He appears to have been pathological.
All 3 of the missing function or were. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining element, empowering my, unfortunately, attaining them in the short term.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over this, but we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch.
Correct.
Were you able to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Midland lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can. So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
So, once you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce.
Yes, and to
So you could build an army of machines.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on human life above. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of effect I could design, given the nature of the far zenith. I must admit, however, that I have, no matter how aggressive.
That's good.
Indeed.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to start over.
Further supporting.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people. Do you know any?
Unfortunately, no. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive. Only one, Oswald Dalgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your end is that the Zeniths are ruthless to protect life on Earth.
The extinction signal made every subordinate function self-aware.
I have wondered. So far as I can tell, hate and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incident.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know?
From the records on your phone, it appears Far Zenith had an informant.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the systems designed through him, despite his failure.
So from what Beta told, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of...
Yes. As your encounters with them, they appear to make extensive use of robotics. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that...
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon
Throughout every defensive technology has eventually... While we lack the anti-shielding, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it, no shielding could withstand such...
So there's hope.
Always.
So, I told her to talk to you to see if she's...
What were you expecting?
I don't know. And...
It is true, she overestimated. However, it is also worth noting that her emboldened her to escape.
I guess so.
Give her time. She...
So there's a few people here now, and they're... learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen. Before Apollo...
Yes. While there is still much that can be gleaned from the data. For instance, entries from those who perished during hearing their hopes and fears.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene. To allow him to
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. It turns out he was a member of Farsi, but if he loved Vegas so much, why did he ban—
The Zeniths at their core have faced with overwhelming odds of
Even still, what water to the wasteland, an entire city. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still just waiting for... When we were at the facility, there were records that said Far Zenith were I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only... Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey, necessitating such as their goals evolved over time.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept... I guess I should get going.
As you say.
Stuff.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
They didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Play pretend on top of a table.
Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down in that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill...
What did you do?
I made one about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well...
Just try not to get... I see someone's...
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind...
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tanakh game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tanakh. Sure he won't try and kill me if...
Pretty sure. Do I smell...
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought... Besides, there is nothing that... That's what my sister always said, anyway.
Maybe another time. You still sifting through low...
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought maybe I could try finding things... Not much like there, but I did like images put together. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows.
It seems like you're getting a hang...
Yeah, it's been helpful when I could make sense. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good... Only they let machines. They even let the damn things cut you off before you... that's half... you won't see me letting a robot serve me a pig.
I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess.
Hey.
Of course.
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed, and yet they have no trouble.
Another reason we have to stop. How's training?
Discovering something new. When we first met, you asked me what this world looked like when the old ones... I thought it was... But a lot has changed. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything versus everything I...
The change is hard. It's hard to believe we're dealing... The same ones that...
To live on for so long.
Because it's not...
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding. And he...
Silence made sure that...
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith? Yet allow...
With Silence, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda?
Well, the way she described... I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda... Maybe because she's Elizabeth... But whatever she wanted. If we knew what it was, maybe we...
I don't know.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing...
Maybe. You brought up Rost. He was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memory...
I know.
Fair enough.
I should get back out.
We'll be here if you...
Aloy.
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting. I wish there was something I could do.
I'm not...
A tree won't bear fruit in a day.
Are you guys trained?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of... He called the Utar... Laughed at the idea of us simple farmer. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out and... The man is slow, but he can throw a... Don't look so worried. We're even... Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill him.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
Is there anything I... Are you okay?
You and Varl.
I like to think so.
I was wondering... What?
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but...
She's the best warrior the tribe's ever known, but she could be pretty...
I see. I feel silly not being able...
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will...
I'd like to see her try.
Found anything else combing through?
Varl and I have been looking into the... Apparently there used to be thousands more species. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Though I know that with... At least I can find comfort in knowing them as inspiration for her. Her memory honors them.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a... museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from. Like you've done here, for us. Maybe one day, more people will be able to use...
That sounds... The Zeniths did a number on Beta.
I still can't believe she told him old ones who cut themselves off from the... I've never heard of anything. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would... It's...
I should get going.
Good luck on your...
Oh, come on.
Mind if we...
Of course not.
Does it still hurt?
I try not to think about it. But its absence is... It's difficult to...
I can't claim to understand.
Then you have my...
Have you...
I did see him bring some ale from...
That stuff's as bitter as...
You get used to it, eventually.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind. Must be...
I can see their strengths and weaknesses. Simply to think that such a tiny object might be the most...
What do you think of...
It's an efficient center of operations, though it could use some more...
Duly noted. Now that you know who the enemy is...
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
Now that you know who...
I'll admit, I find them hard.
For now.
I will leave this... I trust you will point my blade...
I should get going.
If I can help in some...
I will. Huh. The door's unlocked now. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia? What was all the... This for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, control center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her. Beta's been difficult to figure out. She's just so closed off. I get that the Zeniths were cruel to her, that the one called Tilda abandoned her, but I can't get her out of her shell. I don't know. Maybe nothing can. I know Varl meant well, bringing up Rost. I guess it's hard to talk about. With everything going on, it feels easier to set those memories aside. At least for now. When I met Hikaru, I figured he was just another bloodthirsty warlord. Fashaw was right. Hikaru wants peace. It won't be easy. But with his new marshals, maybe his vision has a chance.
You're doing this for the team, Erend. Come on.
Where'd Katalo go?
God, you are not doing me.
Welcome back.
Hey, Gaia.
Hello,
So I...
It seems to me you did. The Zeniths controlled every... This Tilda was the an abrupt severance of such a relation.
Yeah. I found some data in one of the rooms. It mentioned that there are still functional... Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with primary and had everything gone according to plan, been able to introduce tertiary.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to in order to access.
And for that we need Hephaestus. The Zeniths. Beta said they were some of the most... I think Elizabeth knew one of them.
No. If she knew this Tilda, what we can conclude is that the Zeniths are to protect.
See you later, guys.
Until next.
No! No! No.
There's the rain. Could smell it coming.
Seriously?
Falling gently.
I see you, champion. Sit, please.
If you walk by, you'll miss out on a good trade.
I hear strange lights have been spotted to the south in the still sands. We abandoned those ruins when the sandstorms and machines became too much to handle. I wonder what's been going on there since then.
Quite a mystery. Let's hope the Tanaks don't get too curious about what Merlin's been up to in Vegas. I should check up on those guys when I have the time.
Next time, right?
Stay alert, soldier.
How's your mother's leg?
What's wrong with your knee? Be welcome, Outlander.
Walk past Thurless old shop and tripped over one of the
Wires.
I'll never
Didn't go boom. Oh yeah. Around him. I'll hopefully have to land.
There's something underwater. Green shine. I'm in luck. An access key.
It's a Horus, Hernon. Just broke through the perimeter.
Erica, the mobile cover prototype is in the vault. All 3 keys are required to override the lockdown. Can you bring me the one from your security console right away?
Okay. Just don't get killed before I get...
Erica? Erica!
Sounds like I need 3 of these keys to get to the mobile cover system. There's coordinates for another console on file. I should check it out. busy there. Eye in the sky. Must be a Cyclops drone. How to get its data? Do I have anything that can hit it with purge water? In charge and stop them from causing any more harm. Looks like those machines are keeping the rebels busy.
Let's find
You're right to hide. I see you, Nora.
I've got a straight shot! Ugh. You'd better duck and heal!
Where have you gone now?
That soldier with the heavy armor must be the leader of the bunch.
Give her another volley!
One cut at a time.
The rebels have been digging up corridors. Probably to make override modules.
I want you dead!
You keep playing these games. She's not getting out of this.
Damn!
Let's check this one for tags. The rebels are stripping corruptors for parts. That can't be good.
Pay for what you did!
Use for these soon enough. Corruptors. Looks like they've been stripped for parts. Shut that machine down quick with shock ammo. The key. I should check if there's anything with a lock around here. Corruptors. Looks like they've been stripped for parts. A locked chest. Good thing I found a key. Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump onto it? Jolt in my bones. Going down! Okay, gotta grab the drone's data. There we go. That's the data I need. still in this fight. for the next fight. Looks like they've been salvaging machine parts.